Hello and welcome to Sterling Armory Sword Talk. My name is Chris, and I'm a sword maker with Sterling Armory. And if you are new to the channel, Sword Talk is a podcast we do covering all sorts of things sword related, from HEMA stuff to tournaments to movies, film, video games, everything sword related. So tonight we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. We're still kind of catching up from last year. We got really busy towards the end of last year, and we're still busy at the beginning of this year. So we're catching up on our sword talks. So we're going to be covering some events we just did and talking about some other stuff that's in our future here. So let's bring everybody on. Hello.
Hey. How's it going, guys?
Yo.
All right. So let me not forget anything that I usually forget in the intros here. So I'll start with me. Again, my name is Chris Fields, sword maker, and normal jobs aerospace engineer, which is fun. But we've been making blades for quite a while, and that's me. So over to Josh.
I'm Joshua Von Warbear, and I am a sex toy engineer. And
Okay, we're past the minute. We're good.
It's like Batman. If Batman were way weirder and not as rich. I mean, not as rich, not rich at all. You can find me at Warbear_Armory on Instagram, Warbear_Armory on TikTok. I've got one video.
Oh yeah, you got one? You got first video? I haven't seen
one.
it.
I saw
As I go to the store, it's just me eating sushi.
Looks
So,
delicious.
Or on Facebook, Joshua Von Warbear.
Is that the same sushi video on Facebook?
Yeah, the one with Shy Little Frog playing in the background. That was cute. I was just trying to experiment with how to do everything. I'm still kind of novice at it. I blame Colton.
Wait, what?
I blame Colton for trying to get me into TikTok, and I've got to learn a bunch
You're
of
going to
shit.
do great, man. You've got the personality for
We're
it.
going to blame you too when I eventually get there, if ever.
Do it. You can do it.
Okay. I'm Colton. Kind of just metal fab guy, machinist-ish type thing. Make swords. Yeah.
Very well. Make swords very well. I guess
very well. Yes. As I've been told.
So yeah, and then before we dive into our topics of today, we talk about what we're drinking, and which I have forgotten in the last 6 videos. But I'll start off that as well. So I was with Shelby and her neighbor. Her and her neighbor do a lot of bourbon collection, and it was cool So I was over at his place, and they had a bunch of cool stuff. And I happened to see this guy. I don't know if you can see that.
Sorry, Colton's so blurry.
Oh, I'm so blurry.
Oh, wait. I always forget, too. We're just going to minimize Colton here.
Hey.
There we go. That made it better.
So, Blade and Bow.
Ooh.
Oh,
Sweet.
That's cool.
We got to reach out to these guys and see if we can get some sponsorship.
Yeah.
they make. Does it
So,
mean?
oh, I'm blurry now. Jeez. So the cool thing about it is, wait, how do I go back? Here we go. So I have a tough time drinking whiskey straight or bourbon straight. I get serious acid reflux from it, but not this. I don't know why. I don't know what's different, but I can drink it. It burns going down like it should, but then no acid reflux. So I'm like, wow. So yeah, I've been, if you can tell, I've been drinking a bunch of it. So in my Sterling Armory cup.
Nice.
I am drinking water.
I should probably get it. Actually.
As I say my health is declining. I don't know if it is, but I've definitely noticed whenever I eat like I don't give a shit, or drink like I don't give a shit, and I just feel terrible. I just threw up like a large bucket of popcorn that had been sitting in my stomach just because I was like, oh no. So like, water. I'm just going to be healthy. I'm going to drink water. I'm going to eat white meat, chicken meat, and fish and veggies from now on.
Yeah, that's called after 40.
Yeah.
I totally get it. So
I got to take pills just to feel good about my choices now. Colton, hang on to it while you can, bud.
Oh, I'm blurry now.
Yeah, I just made some smoked double bacon cheeseburgers. So
That sounds good.
Oh,
Sorry, it was delicious.
ooh,
I bet.
ooh. Heart hurts
Anyway,
physically and emotionally.
I believe the bottle said I had Hennessy cognac, so that's what's going on here.
Nice.
Oh, Mr. City Balls.
Friend brought it over a few days ago, and I'm like, I'll have some of that. We'll try this. It's pretty good.
Awesome. That better be, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm rocking all the labels too. I just got some new jackets that are going to be sending to these guys. But our hats we have hats, we have t-shirts and mugs that they have been available at the events we've been at. I don't have them online yet. Actually, wait, I posted the t-shirts on our Facebook page for sale. I think I'll have to go back and look at that. But yeah, if you guys are interested, if you're watching and you're interested in any merch, please let us know, and we will post it. For today, we wanted to recap SoCal. We just got back from SoCal, a week ago? I can't even think now. So
It's been some
yeah. Josh is also tired today, apparently.
super tired.
I'm trying to wake up because I've had already a long weekend. So we came back from SoCal. I closed on my new house, and we have the new shop coming soon and lots of new land, which is awesome. But I have been running like crazy trying to get all that done. So I've literally been sleeping maybe 4 hours a night, which some people can do. I can't. I can't do it. So I need to sleep more. Yeah. It's going good. And there's lots of cool stuff coming up. What do we want to start with? SoCal recap?
Yeah, let's hit SoCal.
So SoCal, I guess, Josh, let's get your take on it to start with.
Shit, man, it was an event. We were there.
You didn't compete, though. Wish you would have competed.
So I got shit from every single sword nerd that came up to the booth. Why are you not competing? Why aren't you I gave everybody the same answer. I am tired. I am haggard. I just wanted to relax.
It is
even
nice.
Though every single time I've done sword cutting, I've done okay, and I had a blast doing it. But this time, I seriously just wanted to recuperate and just kind of chill out, and I did that, and I felt great for it. A little bit of FOMO, because cutting is a lot of fun, and I did miss competing with you guys. But I mean, that was great. We were indoors. We were indoors, man.
We weren't freezing or blown away. The floors are slippery, but we didn't take any videos this year of that. I totally forgot.
Would you say it was I mean, I haven't seen any numbers or anything on this. Was it bigger, smaller than last year?
Bigger, right?
Bigger.
So.
It's hard to tell because last year we were outside and now the event was inside. So we were inside. So of course it seemed bigger for us because we were on the inside where all the action was.
Because you weren't shoved in the back corner.
Exactly. Yeah. So
that's great, not fair. We weren't shoved in the back corner. It was
the event. The event was awesome.
No, they did great in the event. The event was fun. Chris and all those guys nailed it. RJ and everyone, Phil, everyone that participated in putting this event together, smashing success. Can't wait to do it again next year. Love doing it. It was great seeing everyone there.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was great. So our vendor area was quite nice. Everyone's side by side, so we could hang out with Sonny. Mike was right down from Albion was also there. So and then to the other side, all the great vendors were there, and we all get to hang out after the event as well, which I think that's kind of a habit now. So Yard House, which is great. Cutting was great. It was just super hard this year, which was a lot of fun. Both longsword and arming sword were very challenging. I think longsword especially so. So I think I'm pretty sure I was dead last in longsword, in advanced longsword. So I thought I did quite well in the first round. I went up and I got more cuts than a lot of folks, but they weren't counting my cuts because I hadn't sharpened my blade or even touched it since Valley of the Sun. And actually, I don't think I've touched it before Valley of the Sun either. So it would have been last time I actually sharpened it would have been Fright Fight. So it's been a while. But I don't cut with it that often, so it shouldn't really make a big difference. But it was probably a little dull. But I noticed when I was cutting, I had to power through a little more than I usually would, which means I was sending tatami flying a little further. And they have, for the advanced cutting, like in tier in tier B and tier C for longsword, I don't know if they really count the rings that much. So if a piece of tatami falls pretty close to the stand, you get full points. If it falls outside of the first ring, you get like a minor deduction. But in advanced cutting, if it falls outside of that first ring, you get an 80% deduction in your points. So instead of 10 points, you get 2 points. And if it falls outside the other ring, then you get 0. It doesn't even count, even if the cut's really good. So I think I was quite loud with, I don't really agree with that sort of rule, but, hey, it's their tournament. It was fun.
Right.
Whether I agree with the ruling or not, I don't care. But it was a lot of fun to do. And I know that going forward, I'll have to cut a bit better or make sure my blade is sharp before I go there. So I knew that, though, going in the arming sword. So I did arming sword after, and I did quite well in arming sword. I got silver. Is that right? No, bronze. I don't remember. Why do I not remember this? I couldn't remember Valley of the Sun's results either. I think I got silver. Bronze. I remember. I think it was bronze. Yeah, bronze. But it was a lot of fun. I did my best ever. What you call it?
Double.
No, actually, last year I did it better. We had the double in the arming sword again. I did it better last year than I did this year. I had the second cut. I barely got it, and I was a little disappointed in myself for that because I should have done that better. But the very first round of arming sword is the semaphores. There you go. I couldn't think of that word. That's where the screen comes up, tells you what mat. There's 2 different mats set up, which is really cool. And then a screen pops on, tells you what mat to cut and what cut you're doing, and you got to run up. You got to do that cut and get back to your spot. Before the time's up. It's only I think it's 7 seconds per cut. And they threw a new thing in there this year where not only do you do, it could be 1 cut, but it could also be 2 cuts. So you had to go boom, boom, and then get back. And I did very well. So the only person who beat me in that event, that particular feat, was Phil, which I expect Phil to beat me. So I think he got that. He said that was his best time doing it as well. So I'm pretty sure he got almost perfect on that. And I was like 2 cuts off of perfect. So I was quite happy with that. So yeah, it was pretty exciting. Yeah, I did get I did get bronze. I just now remember. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And Ryan, who took silver last year, he got silver again this year. But I was first, and now I'm behind him. So it was Phil first in arming sword advanced. Oh, it's also the first year they had advanced arming sword. So Phil got gold, Ryan, and then me. So yeah, and then Matt Roach, who was also cutting just as good as all of us, he got 4th. When they do medal, they give you a medal for 4th at SoCal. So at any given tournament, Ryan, myself, and Matt will flip our spots. Which that's I mean to me that the competition's good. When that happens.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, longsword I just did terrible at because I wasn't paying attention that sending mats flying. I didn't realize it took that much points off. So lesson learned. But it was still a lot of fun. The cuts they threw at us in both arming sword and especially longsword were a lot of fun. So I'm excited to do it again next year.
Sweet.
And then sales wise, I don't know if people I've been posting for a bit that we are getting ready to buy the new land and new property, and so I don't know if people saw that, but I sold a lot more than I typically do at SoCal, which I can't really say typical, right? It's only our 2nd year.
So
but compared to our normal HEMA events, I sold very well. I think we all did, right? So Colton, you sold a couple big ones. I mean, your one went and we couldn't even set up before it was gone. So yeah, it was pretty sweet. It was a great event, I think, all around.
Awesome.
So yeah, shout out to everybody who comes by our booth and especially those who pick up blades from us and end up using those blades. Oh, that was another thing. So a lot of folks bought blades, either from us from the Valley of the Sun or from before, or who have ordered blades from us after meeting us in tournaments, and we're seeing those blades in use now. So I think I counted it was 7 or 8 different Sterling Armory blades in use in the various cutting tournaments, and they all did really well. So
yeah,
yay!
Yeah, that's awesome.
Exciting. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and special shout out to Matt Roach and Ryan, because so Matt, I don't know how he did it, but he came up Saturday. He's like, "Hey, I'm competing tomorrow in both advanced arming sword and advanced longsword. I need 2 swords." You're not going to practice before the event. You're just going to buy a sword and go compete the next day with no practice, and that's what he did. And he got 4th. Again, he got really good. He could have taken silver, because between silver, so second, third, and fourth, the points were super tight. So he could have gotten silver with a sword that he had never cut with before. So, and same in longsword. He advanced in the second round in longsword and did quite well. So yeah, thanks guys for coming by, and thanks for getting blades, and looking forward to seeing the future competitions with him.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we saw one of Colton's blades competing as well, arming sword. The green.
I forgot that guy's.
Jack. Yeah, Jack got that.
Okay, awesome. He was using that.
Yeah, he did quite well. He came up. He's like, he didn't advance as far as he'd like to, but he was like, yeah, I'm off today in arming sword, but longsword he did better. But he put that on himself, not on the sword, obviously. But he loves that blade.
Awesome.
Which is cool. So yeah, excited, and then hopefully we'll get Josh. We'll get some Warbear cutters out there, giant Warbear arming sword cutters. You should only do like giant wide 18C longswords.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna get like Phil's gonna end up shaking his head every time he says that they can compete. Like, okay, that's what you want.
Yep. Yeah. That would be awesome.
I don't want to be known as the troll of HEMA. Cutting. No, I dance with the devil.
Yeah. So I guess I would say this. I think your arming sword that you made for yourself, that latest one, that one's beautiful, and it's not heavy. It's big, but it's not overly.
I really want to sharpen that and start cutting with it. Yeah. But I told him I would only participate in arming sword competition if I could carry a shield on my left arm. Just a little heater shield, just like a tiny video game shield.
Well, that's how you become a troll of HEMA. You're like, no, go away.
We've talked about this, and they said if anything, it would hurt my performance, so it would be like a handicap. So they should let me compete with it, because it's just me goofing off and giving myself a handicap, because I think it would be fun.
Yeah,
but you're right. You might be right.
I think if you did a longsword just like that arming sword he did, I think that would sell immediately, and people would be using that in turn. So, which would be cool.
Yeah,
definitely got some ideas coming up now that I'm starting to get into more, because that's how you do it, right? I only wanted to make movie props and interesting looking movie swords or historic Lord of the Rings swords. Now I'm doing cutting competitions, and I'm like, damn it, I should probably take that a bit more serious, specs wise, and start making lighter blades. So,
yeah, it is cool to mix all that in, though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Still give it the Warbear flair.
Yep. Which is what arming sword has, right?
Yeah. I can't wait to sharpen that up and cut with it. I think it's going to be super. It almost sold at the tournament, even though it was dull or blunt. Someone almost bought it right off. They're like, oh.
I'm glad they didn't, so we can sharpen it when I'm there next week.
In fact, it was either that sword or Colton's arming sword. They were going to buy mine or Colton's, and they ended up choosing Colton's
because it was sharp. Right?
Arming sword. It might have been because it was a sharp, yeah. And then the other one was the dagger. Someone was like, I'm going to come back and get your red grip dagger. And I was like, yeah, awesome. And then he came back and bought Colton's dagger instead. Bitch. just like last year, I didn't sell anything to the last day. And the last day I sold a decent. I
will say you sold most of the things you had there, right?
I sold no. I sold out of I think 6 swords that I brought, maybe 7. I sold 2 of them, and they were the Hanwei blunts that I do the hilts for.
Right. Yeah. But
Which
daggers, all of them, right?
And I almost didn't bring those just because I almost didn't make them. Thank God I did. And then out of I think I did 8 or 9 daggers, and I sold 3 of those. But then I sold basically the rest of them the minute I got back on Facebook.
I think you sold some online while we were there, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Because I kept seeing them disappear off the table. I'm like, holy crap, you're selling all these things.
Yeah.
And you said, I don't know, somebody just bought 2 online or something like that.
And a couple leather pieces here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
So this guy here is going to be the prize, or not prize. The Combat Con has to donate. I'm sorry, I can't talk.
Auction.
Right. Combat Con has the auction.
Yeah.
To help with their insurance fees. So this guy here, who we've had for a little bit, I'm surprised I still have him. But
me too.
As I still have him, I was like, you know what? Let's see what he does at the auction. So he's going to go to Combat Con for the auction, which means I have the this 18B here, and then I still have the teal race skin one, which I'm kind of glad because I like it. I don't know if I want to sell it. So.
You gonna keep it? Turn it into your tournament cutter?
Maybe. I'm probably gonna. So my tournament cutter, my longsword, I think it just had its last tournament because it's 11 years old now, 12 years old. I don't know, somewhere around that age. But it's had a life. It was a stage combat blade for many years. Saw a lot of abuse there. Used much harder than it should have been. Then it turned into a sharp. It's cut trees and lots of tatami, bamboo, all sorts of hard targets that probably shouldn't be cutting. So it's seen a life. So I was like, you know what? I need to retire this thing. So, and it's getting narrower and narrower as I.
Didn't you bring that? So we brought that sword and another sword with us camping that one time, and then you just went into the woods cutting brush down, making paths.
That was it.
Oh, you were cutting brush down at your new place, right?
I was. So not with that one though.
Not with that one.
Actually, so at the new property, and I've been talking about this forever, but I never had a chance to do it. So I'm still at the old property right now, but I want to do sword review videos for fun, like really silly, really no value added whatsoever, just us being excited and stupid with swords. So, and I want to do that. And so I was like, you know what? I got to clear this brush anyway. Let me do it with a sword, which is stupid. And let me film it. And hopefully I can throw this into a review of that sword at some point. So I actually used 2 different ones, which are going to hopefully be my first 2 sword reviews.
Awesome.
But, we'll see. So, hot take, it doesn't really work too well. So, and I don't know if you can see that, but blistered like crazy. So yeah, I got blisters on both hands because I was using an arming sword with switching hands. Because that's it. My only negative thing about that sword, which I'll talk about when we get there, is the handle's way too small, so I have to grip the thing like crazy. And other than that, the sword's great. So, but that'll be a later thing. So,
speaking of small handles, look at this bad boy.
I know. That's pretty awesome, man.
That's really awesome.
Is that one sold already? That's perfect for Phil.
Yeah, I know, right? That's exactly what I said. And Phil's going to be holding it by the pommel.
Yeah, he's gonna do like a triple cut on tatami with that little dagger.
Like, don't you want me to sharpen it? And he goes, "It's sharp enough," and put sunglasses on. No, it's not sold. So I sold one at SoCal that was very similar to this one, where I just did just a simple dungeon dagger. Just like I posted this on Instagram. If you asked a 9-year-old to draw a dagger, this is what he would draw. If you were dungeoning in Skyrim and wanted it, and opened a box, this is the dagger that would fall out. If you had to up your perk tree in smithing, this is the dagger that you would forge repeatedly over and over again and add to your inventory and then go sell them. But it sold. The first thing sold was the only thing that I really wanted to keep on the table. And as it does, And so as soon as I got home, I was like, you know what? I owe it to myself to just remake that and keep it. So I remade it, and it hasn't sold yet, but someone's going to poach it or going to try
Did your
it.
green one sell?
Yeah.
Oh, it did?
In fact, the green one, ironically so, the green one selling is what prompted me truly to actually purchase my first Sterling Armory sword.
Oh, really?
Well, the green Irish ring.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, that was hot, man.
Yeah.
I know.
Gotta make more of those.
I'll have to make another one and do it in blue this time, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So I bought my first Sterling Armory sword at SoCal.
Yeah, Chris. Oh, what is the word you used earlier?
He saw me coming a mile away.
Yeah,
he targeted the shit out of me.
Well, I made it for you. I was actually hoping that you were going to compete, and I was going to be like, "Hey, if you're competing, and you need to use this."
Yeah,
you're going to need to use a sword.
But you didn't compete, so
like
you weren't
the
competing.
old guy from Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, exactly. What does he say?
Here, it's dangerous. Take this.
Yeah, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Yeah.
We should do a video like that at some point.
Absolutely, we should. I promise you, I will use that in my next competition.
Awesome. Well, I mean, we should hopefully, when I'm out there, maybe, because I'm out there for.
See if Phil wants to cut.
Yeah, if we can meet up with Phil and cut. I'm pretty sure the one that you have cuts better than mine. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it.
I think Matt Roach was an accomplice in that one, wasn't he?
Yeah. Kinda. So he wanted that one. He pointed out that one first, but I was like, because I did make that with you in mind. That's why it's brown. And I mean, how often do I do brown? And then I had bronze wire wrapped into it, which I don't do. So, so I was really hoping. I'm glad it landed where it's supposed to land, which is great.
I already made a scabbard for it.
Oh, you did?
Hot.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'm excited to see that in action. So thanks for that. Thanks for me forcing that on you.
It's my new favorite. My new favorite sword. Yeah, Matt Roach came up and was like, "I'd like to buy that one." And Chris was like, "Hold on, Warbear might want that one. Warbear, do you want that one?" I don't know, man. Maybe it's just And he's like, "Well, if you don't want it, Matt here's going to buy it." And I was like, "Piss off, Matt! It's mine." And again, much like you spend money to make money. As soon as I bought it, because that's why I was hesitant. Was like, I don't know if I want to, actually do anything. The green dagger sold, and I was like, oh, I could actually buy the sword, maybe, but that's not the whole call. Oh, fuck it, I bought it. And then as soon as I bought it, I sold like 3 or 4 more daggers and then leather stuff and then 2 swords. I was like, okay, I feel better about my decision.
Yeah, I was hoping I didn't put you out financially there.
No, sir. It made me very happy, and I posed with it at home for quite a few many hours, just walking around the house, just like doing forms, like going there.
And then the one that Matt got, I'm surprised hadn't sold before that, because that one is the same profile, but it had the fuller, so it's a fullered version of yours. I
liked that fullered one with the triple fuller.
No, it wasn't the triple fuller. You got
that was the one that I wanted.
Yeah, that one. I forgot who got that. I'm definitely going to do more like that. That was a different one for me though, because that was a triple fuller on a hex pattern. So Colton, I was hoping you could see that in person, but
I wanted to. We should.
Yeah, next time I'll do another one like that. That was probably my hardest blade profile I've ever done. And actually, that might be a good segue. Now it's going to be easier because Colton magically brought us the gift that we've been looking for forever. So doing the horizontal fullers is just a pain in the neck, especially when I'm on. It's a hex pattern, right? So the flat of the blade isn't flat anymore. It's 3 different planes. So I got to hold the. It wasn't easy. But now I can do it all vertically with this guy. So I think I might. Mm-hmm. So did you make these, Colton, or did you have somebody make these?
I bought it and modified it.
Oh, we did? Okay, I was curious about that. So that was a 1-inch
Yeah, it's
flat
just a 1 inch, whatever it was, 8 inch, and then I did
and
an 1.25 inch radius on it.
So you chucked it in the lathe, and
Yep.
Awesome.
Hell yeah, dude.
It looks bigger than 1.25 inch. The radius on?
So I cut it close to it, and then I went over on my 1.25 inch, and then put my finest grit belt on it, so it's super thin, and then just like sanded a piece of wood to fit the contour, and then brought the wood over with a little thin piece of sandpaper on it, and pushed it on to match the radius of the wheel. So it should match the radius of the wheel with sandpaper.
Yay!
But we'll see. No, it's kind of funny because that arming sword that I did that sold out at SoCal, like you were commenting on it before, you're like, God, that fuller's so clean. And I was that was a test.
Hey!
Yay! Yeah,
so I made one for me, tried it out. I was like, this totally worked. So then I made 2
A lot of people complimented that. Like, hey, that fuller is cleaner than you guys are usually doing. Well, I was like, well, it's clean for... I mean, that's Colton's level of clean. I'm not there, so...
Well, there you go.
Fullers.
And we can mess around with other radiuses and whatever you need in the future. Let's just try those out, guys, and see what you think. And did you use the J-Flex belts then with it, or would you use? So I actually still hogged out most of it with the
Trizac
40 grit on the 1 inch wheel sideways.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, so no, I think it cut faster anyways. So I just got kind of the rough shape in there, and then cleaned it out with the J-Flex 120, and then a 180, and then a 400 or something.
You know what? That's actually probably a good way to save this wheel too. Because the one thing I'm worried about is it's rubber, right? So you are going to wear that down at some point.
So that's exactly. I'm like, well, I don't want to sit there and try to hog out material with 120 so I'm like, I'm gonna get as much removed roughly as I can, and then I got in there and cleaned it up with that, and it worked really well. So I actually used the scalloped J-Flex belts.
Okay.
So they're what?
Did they work better than normal, or
they're made for contouring? So
didn't know that.
They're for a 2 inch grinder, but they're just like scalloped down, so they'll contour around things really well.
Okay, and that did work.
Like 120, 180. They don't have the I can't think of that. Whatever belts you're using, I can't think of what they are.
The Trizac ones?
Yeah, they don't have Trizac and scalloped, but
no, but it doesn't really flex that well anyway.
So I used scalloped belts up to I think 600 grit in that one, and then polished it out. So
yeah, it looks great. So that was all 1.25 inch though, or 1.25 inch?
Yeah, it was all 1.25 inch.
Awesome! Yay! So thank you.
Try it out. See what we need to do. Kind of a fun new.
That's going to make fullers a whole lot easier.
Yeah, I thought so.
So I'll have more blades out like the triple fullered one.
Yeah.
If I do the hex triple fuller on the thicker base bars, so my 5/16 thick base blades, but I also like doing the triple fuller flat on the 1/4 inch wider blades. And so I have one of those I got to do pretty soon. So yeah, excited to try that. With that.
Definitely.
Should be sweet.
I love those fuller Gracassos.
But the one that I was saying though, the one that Matt got though, so the one that Matt got and the one that you got, probably identical in terms of cutting, but they were both cutting better than mine. So, so yeah, I'm happy Matt got that one. It also matches the arming sword he got too. And I was like,
oh, awesome!
Yeah,
that's a good set that you got there. So, yay!
Oh, I guess a different little side note here is the Witcher sword set sold. So that means I'm starting in on the next one, because that's kind of been my thing, is like, as one sells, then I make the next one.
Oh, what's your
we'll see. What?
What's your thoughts on the next one?
I'm not gonna tell. That means I have no idea yet. We'll see.
Josh, scale up. Is that what you think? Scale up. Make them bigger.
Make it bigger.
Make it wider. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
We're playing charades here, I guess. Actually, I have a Witcher sword in the work as well.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Really rare for me, but I think you guys know what it is, all right? I know Colton knows what it is.
Oh, yes,
Series
I do.
sword?
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah. Well, Series sword, yeah. I don't think anyone has actually done a functional Siri blade that has the appropriate cutouts, and the Ricasso has open work in it. Yeah. And I don't think anyone's done that. So I wanted to make it exactly like the game, if I can.
Yeah.
So including I have 3 different skins and leathers to use on the handle. I'm not quite sure what the game one is hinting at because you can't really tell what it is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like leather. It looks like some sort of skin. And I want to say that Geralt actually says it's wrapped with some sort of like fish skin. I think he says that at one point. At the end, at the end when he's giving her the blade, if you choose that ending.
Yeah.
So I have a couple different ones, and I'll just see which one ends up looking more like what's used in the game. But I'm excited to get that one done. That's gonna be cool.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm really excited to see that.
It's gonna be cool. So, and I have 2 blades, so if I mess one up, which I probably will, then I'll have one good one at least. So,
yeah,
it's
gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, we have a bunch of new blade blanks coming soon. So I'm hoping that Colton and Josh hopefully will be making a lot of blades because I'll be down for a bit while I'm switching shops. So like Combat Con this year for me is going to be super light if I have anything.
Right.
Also, there's another tournament the week before. It's a cutting tournament too. The week before Combat Con, it's Queen's Gambit, I think. Is that right?
Tennessee, North Carolina.
Oh, I don't know now.
I think it's North Carolina.
So, for you guys who know, please let us know in the comments because I'm blanking on where it is. But we were hoping to go to that just with the timing of everything this year. I don't know if it's doable because they're back to back, and if I already don't have anything for Combat Con.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte too. Oh, it's so pretty in Charlotte.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe if I can fly up just to go and to say hi to everybody. But I doubt I'll have anything ready by then. So that's what I'm hoping that. So Colton and Josh will hopefully have a lot of stuff, so that'll fill our booth at that point.
Yeah, you'll have to fly into Josh's place a couple days.
Yeah, I might make blades at your guys.
Make a blade or 2.
Yeah. Actually, if those blades are done getting heat treated in time, I doubt they will. But if they get done super quick, the ones we just got out of cutting, they get heat treated. If they get sent pretty quickly to me, then might have something for you to grind while you're out here. But you're coming out like another month right after that, right?
Yeah, so I'm there
twice.
Yeah, next week,
14,
and
13.
then and then directly a month after that. So yeah, so I might be able to do 1 or 2 out there.
Yeah,
They'll definitely be done by then. They won't be done by next week.
No. Yeah.
So that'd be cool. If not, I have links here I could just ship to you. So.
It's true. Yeah. I'll have a couple new dagger designs coming out of the woodwork. I finally want to pay some attention to actual saxes. So a lot of guys ask about that. The Viking thing is still going strong, and I've made a few, but they've all disappeared pretty quickly. I want to do a couple more.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. I've actually got a couple new branching out a little bit too. I got a Gladius and Xiphos blades coming.
Hell yeah.
And a couple more Viking blades. So we'll try
those
out.
Are ridiculously popular. People are mad for Xiphos types.
I'm very excited to try them out, see what happens.
Yeah, you
I ground 1 or 2 of the blades you had and got really excited about it then. I was like, I need to do this. So
they don't exist anymore. They've all been bought. Like every single one, whether it was blunt or sharp, they've all disappeared. Which is great. People love them.
Yeah, I have 1 Spada blade left for like a long Gladius. And I keep telling myself, because part of me wants to just use it for an arming sword blade. I'm like, no, it needs to be a Spada because that's what I meant it for.
Right.
Just haven't got around to it yet, but
Yep.
at some point I'll do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be reaching out for tips and tricks on that because I haven't made one yet.
Yeah,
We'll
the
see.
Zyphos or the Gladius or both?
Either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, exciting. And I'm hoping with the new shop too, I'm gonna try to get one of those grinders that Josh has.
Yeah.
So I'll have 3 grinders in the shop at that point, which will be
That'd
nice.
be great.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we also have to check when Atlanta Blade Show is. I think it's like a month before Combat Con. So I think if anything, it'd be great to go and just go and see all the booths and see everything. But we can't have a booth there because I think to get a booth there, it's like a 2-year wait. So yeah, but it would be cool to go. I don't think you guys have been there before, right? I haven't been in years. So it's actually where I met Tinker Pierce for the first time.
Oh.
So I met him there, and then I met him at SHOT Show as well. And yeah, super cool. I think it was at least 12 years ago. So I was a lot younger, and I was really excited. I was impressed with how big he was. I was like, holy crap, that guy's huge. So I felt very small next to him. But yeah, good times. So actually, I think I met Sonny there too, but we didn't really. I don't think we really talked that much. But I do know I went to the Valiant booth. I loved what they had at the time, and I'm pretty sure it was Sonny that was there, but I don't fully remember. So yeah, so meeting Sonny now, I was like, I'm pretty sure I met you a long time ago. So, and that would have been a SHOT Show in Orlando. I think that would have been 2012 or 2013.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, what are we at? So we're at 40 minutes here. You want to call it a day for this one?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
do we have any topics we missed?
I can go another 40 minutes, easy.
So if you're still following us and watching us online, guys, thanks for joining us here. We usually have a more specific topic that we focus on, and but the last few have been more recaps, including this one, just because we have a lot going on. So we want to have some more Sword movie trivia coming up. We want to have some more guests on. If you have a guest that you want us to have on, please let us know. We're eyeing, hopefully, I haven't talked to him yet, but Kyle, we're hoping to have you on as a guest. So if you're watching, let us know. Yeah. And there's a couple others out there as well. So, yeah. So I guess let's call it there. Again, my name is Chris. And you can reach us at Sterling Armory on Facebook. We have Sterling Armory Instagram. Obviously, if you're here, you found our YouTube page.
And now a TikTok.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have a TikTok.
Sterling Armory TikTok.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. So I don't think there's anything on there yet.
There's nothing on there, but go follow anyways.
Yeah, go follow. We'll try to. Oh shoot!
You don't need videos to be popular. I had 100 followers before I ever had one video.
I
don't know how you did that, but whatever.
I dropped the ball at SoCal. I didn't really get much videos at all compared to what I usually do. So I was just running around like crazy. So next, we got to make sure we get more videos. Plus, we need to, we need to take more shop videos overall.
Yeah.
So both of you guys can do that. And when my new shop's set up, I'm going to try to video all of that. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, that'll be really good.
Yeah. So, all right. That's me. So over to Warbear over there. I got to finish my drink here.
I don't know if I have to.
You
what do you got, Josh? It's your outro.
You just sleeping?
That's Joshua Von Warbear. You can find him on Instagram.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm Joshua Von Warbear. Sorry, I was distracted by my new shoes. Got these Crocs that got jewels all over them.
What?
Can you run fast in your new shoes?
Super fast. Oh man,
those are fancy.
I got 2 of these bad boys, one for each feet. Probably the most expensive shoe I own, and that's stupid. Sorry, I'm Joshua Von Warbear. You can find me at Warbear_Armory on Instagram as well as TikTok.
Good
or
TV,
you can
right?
find me at Joshua Von Warbear at Facebook. Why not?
Yeah.
Did you say Warbear
Message
Armory?
me.
on Instagram?
Say what?
Did you say Warbear Armory on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say Warbear_Armory on Instagram and TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Feel
You don't
free to
have
reach
Facebook?
out. Whether you want to, what? Yeah, I said Facebook right after that. I said Joshua Von Warbear on Facebook. Why not? You guys want to reach out and chat, do so. Everyone does, whether it's swords or it's like, hey, man, what do you think of life or relationships? Or what do you think of the detriment to society and how much video games are? Reach out. I don't care. Hey, doesn't matter.
All right.
You heard it here first.
Yep. I'm Colton, Copperthorn Customs. You can find me Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the things, and then also obviously Sterling Armory, Facebook, Instagram, all the places. You know where to find us, guys.
Yeah.
Yes. So for again anyone who's new who hasn't watched this before, all the links that we're just talking about are down below. So go down there and click on those, and yeah, and you can find us. So, alrighty. Well, thanks a lot, guys, and stay sharp and keep your opinions clean.
All the things.
We'll catch you next time.
Later, guys.
Yeah.